Hello everyone, and welcome to the second game of the MAUL quarterfinal round. Last week, we saw a stunning upset with the crowd favorite Killer Kobolds went down in a blazing flame of glory to the Goblin Firestormers. That was an exciting way to kick off the MAUL season. This week, we're going to keep the action up with an exciting bout between two teams that are both quite favored to possibly take it all here in the MAUL season. But before we get started, I want to go ahead and introduce myself. Hi, I am Jason Bulmahn. I'm the director of game design at Paizo, and I am joined by my good buddy Dan.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us.
I am really excited for this game here today, Dan. I hope you are as well. Last week, boy, that was a stunner. Everybody was pulling for the Kobolds. There's a lot of people whose brackets went down in flame on week one. I have no idea what to expect this week.
I don't either. I feel like a lot of people, let's just say that maybe the head coach of the Kobolds made some mistakes last time, but we'll just move past that. It's a whole new week. We'll just take it from here.
Yeah, you just never know how it's going to play out, and to be honest, looking at a lot of the brackets that folks posted before the start of the season, there's a lot of people who have the Ogre Brothers going all the way. So this is the first step in their path to glory, their chance of claiming the MAUL, and of course, garnering the favor of the Commissioner. It's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, I think so. I think as these matches start moving on, we're going to start to see some really, really good matchups that are coming. And it's going to start to kind of identify what type of combat we're going to be seeing in general, what type of competition we're going to be seeing in general, and just kind of how the overall MAUL is going to be. And I'm really excited to get more of these matches under the belt.
Me too. So why don't we jump straight on over to the MAUL arena, where we can talk a little bit about the rules of the game. So with MAUL, each team is built using monsters found in the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Bestiary. Each team consists of 160 XP worth of monsters as balanced against a level 1 party. Teams can get a morale bonus to attacks based on the cheering of the crowds here in Twitch. And that happens between rounds, and that grants a +1 morale bonus. Folks in chat can also donate 1,000 bits to sponsor a team and buy them a hero point. Now, before we got started in the week ramp up to this, we also asked folks to cheer for their favorite team to grant them a hero point for free at the start, and I'm happy to say that the Bone Breakers are going to go ahead and start with 1 hero point. Now, this tournament is a single elimination bracket with an added game to determine 3rd and 4th place. Let's take a look at the bracket and where things stand right now. As you can see, the Firestormers have already advanced to the semifinal round, and today's matchup has the Ogre Brothers and the Bone Breakers facing off. Let's take a look at the matchup. So, looking at these games, the two teams are not quite as evenly matched as they were last week, Dan. There are some key differences here that are undoubtedly going to prove to be the keys to the game. For the Bone Breakers, they, of course, are relying on damage reduction. That is one of their big things here for the game. Damage reduction, they don't have flesh, they don't have muscle, so they are resistant to slashing and piercing weapons, which, if I recall correctly, is all that the ogres have brought to the battle. Of course, the skeletons also have the giant. This massive Minotaur skeleton is kind of the main weapon of the Bone Breakers team, and boy, does he deliver the hits. And finally, they've got a trick up their sleeve with their Captain Crunch. This skeleton packs a shield, and combined with damage resistance, he might be almost invulnerable. Dan, what do the ogres got?
The keys to the game for the ogres is hit points. Clocking in at about 100 hit points for the team. I believe the ogres are probably the most durable team in the entire MAUL tournament, so that should probably make a difference. Don't discount the high damage that they can do. Those hooks, the ogre hooks, very deadly with a reach. which is very nice. And then finally they got the javelins. They're not as accurate as the hooks, but I think that in today's match, that's going to be the only ranged weapon that we're going to see on the battlefield. So that could make a big difference as well.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. The skeletons just did not bring any ranged weapons. I mean, once you bash them a bit, I guess they could throw their loose bones at you, but that's all they got.
Right.
So let's go ahead and take a closer look at each one of these teams. First off, with the skeletons, this team is, a unified presence on the MAUL arena. They all obey the dying commands of Volzar, the team necromancer. There was some controversy in the offseason about the rights to the bones that make up the team, but rumor has it that Volzar put their families to rest? We're still looking for some official clarification on what that means, but Volzar has, at the time of this match, refused to comment. In any case, the team is still captained by Crunch, the skeletal champion, who commands Bonehoof, the towering giant skeleton, and the team is rounded out with Snap, a lowly skeletal guard. Dan, what do the Ogre Brothers got going on?
The imps, the commissioner's imps, that kind of bring word about some of the behind the scenes things that are going on with the teams. Apparently, according to them, the Ogre Brothers have been dealing with a little bit of a fallout. After their big win in the preseason against the Killer Kobolds, they were having a banquet, enjoying their victory mutton, as you always do. Why wouldn't you? Exactly. Apparently, according to the story, they were both reaching for the same piece of mutton. A stare down ensued. One of them just yanked the victory mutton and ate it in front of the other one while they were making eye contact. And it hasn't gone well since then. I don't even believe that they've been in the same room or talked to each other since then. So hopefully they can put aside the differences and hopefully they can get together as a team and actually win today.
Yeah, now I was talking to the imps before the match, and I actually heard conflicting reports that it was Glimp or Glarp that took the last piece of mutton. Even they can't agree which one actually ate the mutton.
Yeah, it's a messy story. We're not sure exactly where the facts stop and kind of the hyperbole and story begin. We may never know.
Yeah. Boy, it is going to be an interesting matchup. But before we begin, why don't we take a quick break from one of our sponsors?
And as we head into the break, we'd like to remind you that this game is proudly brought to you by Silver Crescent Wines. So delicate, so perfect, so elven. Silver Crescent Wines.
And we're back. Dan, I think it is time for us to roll initiative. So make sure to click on your tokens before you hit that roll button. And let's go ahead and get these creatures set up for the match.
Oof.
Always an interesting start here to the arena matches. Initiative can mean so much. Going early here can be a benefit. It can also be a drawback, depending on how things play out. Go ahead and get that in here. There we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and sort these by order. Ooh, very interesting, Dan. Looks like the ogres are going first and last. Yeah.
Which, could be good. Then they get 2 turns in a row. I mean, that's not too bad. It's just at the end. So, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how that plays out. All right, so it looks like we are ready here for the start of round 1. Now that we've rolled initiative, we are ready to get started here. And Dan, it looks like Glimp here has the initiative. It also looks like, let's see here, we also got a hero point purchased for the Ogre Brothers.
Hey!
So we're going to go ahead and give that to you. So that is now above you. To remind everybody, each team can only earn and spend a maximum of 3 hero points in each match. So we're going to start you off with Glimp there, Dan. What does the Ogre have in store for me here today?
All right, well, let's do this. Glimp Glimp is going to... Let's see. Maybe a double move?
Looking like you're going to be charging right up into the fray.
I think so. And we assume they have one weapon drawn?
Yeah, each combatant starts with one weapon drawn at the start of the match.
Okay. So yeah, I think Glimp is. I'm gonna have the javelins for both of them drawn, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's
if I can make that
fine.
determination now.
Yep.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So let's see. Nope, I got to get that. There we go. So he's gonna move there.
All right. And it's looking like we just got a second hero point bought for the Ogre Brothers.
Really?
Yeah, you're at 2 already now.
Oh, thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate that.
My early advantage erased.
Let's see. That's 40 feet. So that would be a minus for that, right?
Yeah, what's the range on the javelins?
30 feet, Jason. 30 feet.
So if they're between 35 and 60 feet, that's going to be a -2.
-2. All right, I'm going to throw a javelin at Bonehoof there.
All right. Trying to score an early hit here.
I'm trying. I'm really trying. And blammo.
Armor class of 12. Dan, that's not going to do it.
No,
Bonehoof has an armor class significantly higher than 12.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
And the cheering just keeps going on. We've got another sponsor, this one for the Bonebreakers. We're tied up at 2 hero points apiece. All right,
Nice.
Dan, you have double moved with Glimp and fired a javelin. Your turn is over.
Yes, it is.
Next up, Bonehoof. Oh boy, this Minotaur skeleton is ready, chomping at the bit, as it were. And let me see, he's got an impressive move and an impressive reach. Because he's wielding a glaive, Dan, he has a reach of 15 feet.
Oof, that is some reach.
So he is going to spend his first action to move there. He is going to spend his second action to swing the glaive at Glimp. Here it comes. Armor class 27.
27 is going to be a hit, Jason.
Is it a hit, Dan? Is it just a hit, or is it a hit by 10?
It is a hit by 10, yes.
You know what that means, Dan? To start off this match, we already have a critical hit. So, Dan, that is going to do 28 points of damage to start out this match. That is a devastating hit. And to top it off, the glaive is deadly, so we're going to add another D8 to that.
Not cool.
That's another 4 points of damage, Dan. 32 points of damage on the first swing from the Bonebreakers.
Ouch. Okay. Oh, okay. 32 points of damage.
32 points of damage, Dan. That's rough.
Not good.
That's a bad start.
Yeah, that is not a great start at all.
I am going to go ahead and take my second attack, and this one's going to be at a penalty. We're going to give it a shot. Nah, an 8. 8 is pretty awful. That was a roll of 1. That was a critical failure. So yeah, that's definitely not going to hit. All right, that is the end of Bonehoof's turn. Next up is Snap. Snap, the tiny skeleton, barely able to move around the field. This poor skeleton guard is by far the weakest character I have on the map. Let's see, he's got a move of 25. That's one move. He is going to go ahead and move up to here, and with his final action, he's going to swing his scimitar at Limp.
Oh, that hits.
Great. Okay. I'm glad that is a hit. I have a slight glitch in my readout that is showing me the stats for my previous hit. But yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. So that is a hit for what?
That is 7 points.
7 points of slashing damage. Okay. All right. That is the end of Snap's turn. Next up is Crunch. Crunch is going to advance. The captain of the team is going to draw his shield, because he did not have that out. He can only have one thing out. So he's going to go ahead and draw his shield. He is going to move his speed. Going to move up to there. And then he's going to raise his shield. And that's really all he can do this round. He can't do much more than that. All right. That is the end of Crunch's turn. All right, and it is Glarp's turn. Dan?
All right. Well, Glarp sees what happens and is not very happy about this. He is going to... let's see. He's going to go... He's going to go there.
All right.
And throw the javelin that he had in his hand already at Snap.
All right. Go ahead and make that attack roll, throwing the javelin at Snap. Armor class of 10, Dan. That's not gonna do it.
I'm rolling terrible. Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna use let's see. And then I am going to...
Well, you don't have a weapon in hand now, so that's a bit of a challenge.
No, and if I produce the ogre hook, that's going to be a turn, right, or an action.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it eventually, one way or the other.
Yeah, that is true. All right, let's do a. Oh, I really hate to do this. I'm gonna use my hero point.
All right.
I have 2. How many do I have? I have 2, right?
Yes, you have 2 hero points. So if you want to use one to reroll, you certainly can.
Yeah, let's do that. I hate doing it on this little fella, but... All right, yeah, all right, here we go.
All right. So...
Are you kidding me?
The curse, Dan. You've spent a hero point, and unfortunately an 11 is still going to come up short. Dan, you do still have the 1 action remaining to draw another weapon if you want.
I'm gonna draw that weapon.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, let's do it.
All right.
I'm gonna roll something higher than a 6. Eventually it's gotta happen.
You would think so, yeah. All right, Dan, with that, we are at the end of round 2, and why don't we have another word from one of our sponsors? As we take a break, we would like to remind you that this match is brought to you by Big Beard Brews. Are you a real adventurer with a real adventurer's thirst? Drink Big Beard Brews. Drink like a dwarf. And we're back with the start of round 2. Dan, that was not a great first round for the Ogre Brothers, but I have a sneaking suspicion they are not out of this yet.
No, I don't think they are. I think that they might have to adjust their original game plan because some of those throws they did went a little wider than expected, so they didn't hit their targets. But I think that they can adjust. They're not out yet.
Yeah. I mean, I think even from up here in the press box, Dan, we can hear them bickering with each other down on the field.
They will not let that mutton go. Victory mutton's good, but they need to let it go.
I know.
Honestly.
They're gonna end up being piles of mutton themselves if they don't get over this. All right. Well, on the upside, Dan, during the break, we had someone come in and sponsor the Ogre Brothers for their final hero point, but you'll be sad to know somebody bought the last one, sponsored the last one for the Bone Breakers as well. So they are full up. But it is the top of the order, Dan. Glimp gets to lead things off. What does the Ogre have in store? No weapon in hand.
I'm sorry?
No weapon in hand.
Yeah, no. Glimp is definitely going to take out an ogre hook.
Oh boy.
Yes, that's going to happen.
You know what? I actually just remembered, Dan, before you get going here, there was a lot of cheering that first round, and it did break for the Ogre Brothers. So let me go ahead and give them their morale bonus. So Dan, your ogres do have a +1 to hit on all attack rolls this round.
That's not bad at all. That is not bad. Let's see. So you were 15 feet away. Okay.
That's the danger of the Bonehoof's glaive.
Okay, so this is what's going to happen here. Because if I will not be able to move, attack, and move again. That's just not going to happen.
Nope.
So you know what? So he's taken out the ogre hook. Yep. He's going to take a swipe at Snap for his second action.
Yep. So that is your first attack of the round.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
Well, the upside for you, Dan, is that is actually an 18, and an 18 is a hit against Snap. Now, Snap does have resistance to piercing, which is what ogre hooks deal. That reduces the damage by 5. But Snap only has 4 hit points.
Great.
So
great.
That is that's the end of Snap.
Okay.
With the single hit, the skeleton shatters into 1,000 little bits and falls to the arena floor.
Yes. And I think so. And Glimp looks over and he's like, "Oh, that worked. All right. Well, you're squishy." And then Glimp is gonna go. Let's see. Nope. Let's get this on. Glimp is gonna go 5, 10, 15. He's gonna go back there.
Tactical withdrawal, not a bad idea, considering I could have just taken 3 swipes at you with Bonehoof. All right. That is the end of Glimp's turn. Next up, Bonehoof. Oh boy. Well, this is going to be tricky. I think Bonehoof, looking at his options, he's got to go swooping in. So he is going to go ahead and move. 1, 2, 3. He's going to go ahead and just move to right here, because that puts him in reach. Double check. Yes, he is in reach of Glimp. He is going to go ahead and swing his glaive at Glimp. My attack bonus isn't quite as high as yours, but here's hoping.
Oof.
Armor class of 22, Dan.
22 does hit.
That is going to do 13 points of damage to Glimp, Dan.
Jason, unfortunately, I'm not going to do that, because I only have 11 hit points.
And just like that, Glimp is removed from the battlefield. That early crit proved critical
it was a lot
in the fortune of this match. Glarp is going to have to do it all alone. Bonehoof does still have 1 action remaining and is going to go ahead and take that second swing at Glarp, hoping that reach, that I get a good roll. That is not a great roll, Dan, but you know what? I'm feeling lucky. I'm going to go ahead and burn a hero point and re-roll it. And it's worse.
Nice.
From an 11 to an 8. That is a critical failure. Not that that comes with any drawbacks, but it is a complete and total miss. Next up is Crunch. The leader of the Bone Breakers is going to spend his first action advancing. I'm going to go Snap's window because he's gone. Let's see. He's going to spend his first action moving. And, boy, he is going to spend his second action moving again. He is going to confidently stride right past Glarp and he's going to move to behind him, and from that position, he's going to raise his shield.
Okay, all right.
And that is the end of Crunch's turn. Glarp.
Let's see. Glarp is already holding the hook. Does not... I am afraid to move away from Crunch for some reason. I think...
I don't know why you would be afraid.
I think that there might be attack of opportunity going on there.
He is a trained soldier skeleton.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Is there such thing as me just going 5 feet and not... Is that still a thing in Pathfinder 2 where I can just kind of step?
A 5-foot step will avoid an attack of opportunity.
Awesome. You know what? I'm going to do that. I think that... Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Bonehoof is kind of the bigger threat.
Without a doubt. And then... and that's an action, right? That's not like a free move or anything.
That is one of your actions, yep.
All right, and then he's going to attack Bonehoof with his Ogre Hook.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Let me find it.
And remember, Dan, you do have a +1 on this attack roll.
Okay. I don't know what it is. The dice hate me.
So they may hate you, but your bonus is big enough. And remember, you do have a +1 on top of that, so that's a 17, Dan, which is
nice. All right, I'll take it.
That is going to do 14 points of piercing damage. Fortunately, Bonehoof has damage reduction, so that's going to reduce the damage he takes by 5. So he's only going to take 9. He has taken a wound, Dan, but he is still up and fighting. You still have 1 action left.
All right, I am going to... I'm going to go over there. Can I do that?
If you want, I mean, you can also attack again. It's up to you.
Yeah, I don't know, though. I mean, honestly, I'm afraid of more crits is the thing. I don't know why. If I stay here, that's not going to be good for me. I don't think. But you know what? Sure, let's do it. Let's take another attack with that. I think... How many hero points do I have?
You have 2 remaining.
Okay, let's take that second shot with the Ogre Hook.
Your attack bonus is huge, Dan. I think, yeah, see, look at that. You crushed it. The Ogre Hook comes slamming into Bonehoof again. This time hitting armor class 25, which is just shy of a crit, but it is a solid hit for 10 points of damage.
All right.
Bonehoof is looking a little beat up, Dan. That brings us to the end of round 2. And why don't we get another word from our sponsors?
And as we head into the break, we want to remind you that this game is brought to you by Silver Crescent Wines. You probably can't afford it. It's Elven Silver Crescent Wines.
And we're back, everyone, with the start of round 3 of this quarterfinal match. Dan, the loss of Glimp last round has gotta sting. You managed to put a snap back in the ground and do some damage to Bonehoof, though, so not all is lost.
Well, I think that Glarp is really holding on to, it's the thing where they can see a chance. They can see that they had to do a little bit of adjusting, but I think that they're feeling that they've got some plans that might work out for them. So we'll see how it goes. It's
gonna be a long road with both Bonehoof and Crunch going before Glarp. So this round is gonna be rough. If the Ogre Brothers can survive the early going in this round, they may just have a chance, but we're gonna have to see.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. I'm excited to see how it goes.
On the upside, the crowd is still cheering for the Ogre Brothers. They are a fan favorite. They're still hanging in there, and will keep the morale bonus this round. But the round is going to start off with Bonehoof. The terrifying Minotaur skeleton is going to begin the round by swinging his glaive at Glarp. Here it comes, Dan.
Oof.
Armor
Oof.
class 31.
Let me check my character sheet, Jason. I have to look. And oh yeah, look, that's a crit.
That is a crit. I am trying to figure out exactly how that got to that critical damage. Okay, that's a weird number. All right, so that's going to be 16 points of damage on the crit because it rolled very low damage. But the glaive is deadly. While I'm figuring that out. The glaive is deadly and is going to do an extra d8, so 16 and 6 for a total of 22 points of damage, Dan.
All right.
Not good. Not a good start. Bonehoof is going to follow up with a second swing of the glaive. Oh, that is another hit. Dan, armor class of 23 is going to hit. It's going to do 8 points of slashing damage. That is bad, but it could be worse. I rolled the Bonehoof rolled really poor damage again.
Yeah.
The only saving grace at the start of that round. And with Bonehoof's third action, he's actually going to take a step up to lock in place with Glarp. That is the end of Bonehoof's turn. Next up is Crunch. Crunch is going to step up into the flank. That's his first action. Second action is going to be to raise his shield. Third action is going to be to swing his longsword against the flat-footed AC of Glarp. Here it comes. Oh, that is a terrible roll. Terrible roll, but I just heard from the Necromancer that he's spending a hero point. The Necromancer has thrown the hero point flag into the arena. And he is going to go ahead and spend it. Here it comes. Armor class of 18 is going to hit, Dan.
Gonna hit.
That is going to do 11 points of slashing damage. Things are not looking good for Glarp.
No, things are not looking good for Glarp.
Dan, it is now Glarp's turn. This is a really grim scene. Glarp desperately needs good die rolls here. And a hit may not be enough. They may have to, the Ogre Brothers may have to spend hero points just fishing for a crit to bring this thing to an end.
I think so. That might actually need to happen. Glarp is just gonna stand there, looking pretty dazed right about now, and just take a shot with that ogre hook at Bonehoof.
Gonna swing for Bonehoof. Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
See what it nets him. Armor class of 24 is a hit. But you gotta be wondering, are the ogres thinking that a hero point should be spent right now with the higher attack bonus roll?
Let's do that. Let's spend one of those shiny coins and let's see what happens.
The coin is spent. The ogres have spent their second of 3 hero points. Dan, go ahead and make the reroll. Well, it's not a critical hit, but it is still going to be a hit thanks to the bonus, and the damage is significantly better. So that is going to do
more damage.
11 points of damage to Bonehoof. The Minotaur skeleton has been dropped to just 20 hit points, Dan, and that is only your first action. You still have 2
Okay.
more.
Yeah, let's yeah, he's gonna take a swipe number 2.
Swipe number 2 at Bonehoof. Open the dice gods, favor him. So that is going to hit as well, but the damage on that is very low, Dan. That is only 6. And here in the MAUL arena, when you spend a hero point to reroll, you reroll the damage as well. Question is, do the ogres stand on that damage, or do they burn their final hero point, hoping to take Bonehoof out?
I think that right now it's do what you can or be killed. Like that is where Glarp is right now. Let's use the hero point and we'll take attack number 2 again.
All right, that is the final hero point for the Ogre Brothers. Second action, go ahead and re-roll attack number 2. Armor class 23 is a very solid hit. It's going to be just a little shy of a crit. However, the damage is much improved again, pumping back up to another 11 points of damage. Bonehoof is down to just 9 hit points.
Okay.
That is a terrifying situation to be in for Glarp. Glarp has 1 action remaining, and it's going to be at, it's another attack. It's going to be at a significant penalty, but can they really do anything else? They have to try and hope for the dice gods to favor them.
Glarp has no other choice. He's just last gasp. He's going to start swinging. Nope.
Oh, a roll of 6 is going to come up short, and that, I'm afraid, brings us to the end of round 3. Before we get to our next round, let's hear from our sponsors. This match is brought to you by Big Beard Brews. In a world filled with dragons, demons, and the hungry dead, you need a beer that tastes great but won't leave you with the sickened condition. Big Beard Brews. Drink like a dwarf. And we're back with the start of round 4. Dan, the Ogre Brothers are in some dire straits right now, with only Glarp left on the field and with single-digit hit points left, surrounded by skeletons. They can't be feeling good about their chances.
Yeah, no, and they're officially renaming the team for right now. It's Ogre Brother. It's just,
If you thought the drama over the mutton after the preseason match was extreme, wait until you hear what happens after this season if they get knocked out in the first round.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of people tearing up their brackets right now as we speak.
Yeah, but
it's not over yet.
It's not over yet. Yeah, with Bonehoof and Crunch going before Glarp, though, this is a grim situation, and we are going to go ahead and get it started with Bonehoof. Now, I will say this. The crowd is still cheering for the Ogres. They do love an underdog, and the Ogre Brothers are going to keep that morale bonus, but we're going to have to see whether or not Glarp is alive to use it. So we're going to start off with Bonehoof here. Bonehoof is going in for the kill right away. He is just going to go ahead and swing the glaive. Oh boy. Let's see if the Ogre Hooks got a little magic mojo in the dice. They do not! That is an armor class of 21 for 15 points of damage.
That will... that actually defeats Glarp. Glarp is now at -6.
That is going to remove Glarp from the field. And with that, Dan, the Bonebreakers have won this quarterfinal matchup of all. Boy, Dan, I have to admit, the Ogre Brothers came into this with a lot higher hopes than how that turned out.
Yeah, they absolutely felt strong. They felt sure of themselves when I was watching them when they were coming into the arena and doing some pre-match stretches. They looked confident. They were going over their game plan, and things looked like it was going to work out for them.
It just didn't come together. You got to think to yourself that the crit early on there, Dan, made all the difference. It just set the tone for the entire game.
That one swing, you could tell it just changed their whole game plan. The whole thing got knocked out of whack.
So. That is how it plays out here in the MAUL arena. One good die roll to get things going, and the momentum just shifts. You can find yourself at a disadvantage with the number of forces you still have on the board, with the dice rolls you got left, with your tactical options, and the vice can close real quick here in the MAUL arena.
Yeah, it just changed on a dime. Started the whole thing off bad for the Ogre Brothers.
Yeah, indeed. I have to admit that that did not go the way I thought it was going to go. I thought the Ogre Brothers were set to cruise through this match, stomping some skeletons underneath their feet, but it looks like they're going to have to go to the offseason and rebuild.
Yeah. There's always next time. There's always next time.
Indeed. So that is going to wrap up the second match of the MAUL season. But there's still a lot of exciting action waiting for our teams. Next week, the Bramble Brawlers, a team of very dedicated Leshy, are going to be taking on the Bulmahn, the Commissioner's previous champion. We hope that you will tune in live on November 7th for another exciting game.
And as always, we hope that you enjoyed the match. If you missed this or any of the other matches, you can always catch up by watching them on YouTube the Monday following each game. And while you're at it, you can pick up some MAUL merch featuring your favorite team logos. Just look for the link in the comments.
Yeah, we've just updated the store with the logos from the Bone Breakers and the Ogre Brothers. If you want to pick those up, we'll be releasing the rest of the merch as the team logos become available. This has been a presentation of MAUL. I am your host, Jason Bulmahn, and I'm here with my good buddy, Dan. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.